Is it the old trouser leg?
Yeah,
Because I've got no trouser legs.
Is it really? So it is like I just said, or are you joking?
No, you have to do special things to get in.
Oh, do
I
you?
can't tell you what that
Okay,
is.
so you do special things to get in. So what I said about it being
I'm
Masonic.
joking.
I was nearly coming. I was nearly going to go then. I thought just special things. That's right up my street.
Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. So this is part two. Welcome for part two of our little podcast of the first year as a cab driver. But we didn't really. Dave broached the question. Yeah. I don't think we got a response from you, George, about your first year. But I think you could go in more depthly about the adventures. I mean, also you started off as a cab driver, and now you are like the chairman of the Cab Drivers Association of the world.
Right.
Bloody hell! The worshipful company of
Oh, yeah.
carriages.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's an unpopular company to be part of, I'll be honest, because of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Cab drivers don't want to join us, which I understand because of restrictions in the city. And there's people in the background within the company always trying to work with the city. We're trying to get support from councillors and etc. But with the road closures, and there's going to be more, people don't want to join the worshipful company for Hackney Carriage Drive.
Membership has always seemed to me to be a bit elusive.
In what way?
Well, when I first started, it kind of was a little bit like, I thought of it a little bit like the Masons. I had to be invited.
Yeah.
I had to be proposed, let's make him a member, that kind of thing. You don't see any work to try and to say, come and join us. Nothing at all.
Well, Tom Huntley's on that case because he's a court assistant now on the worshipful company of Hackney Carriage Drivers. George joined a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, about a year ago.
Yeah, he's joined. We're still waiting for Dave Frampton to send his membership for
The legend.
Yeah.
Dave, you'd be
But,
like the chairman of one street.
it's not a political party. It's just for people of the trade. 3 events in the city. Livery Hall, nice bit of dinner. Dave won't know because he never turns up. George, you enjoyed it.
Yes, no, it's,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's, you just go there and
Is it bow tie
What
and
happens? Tell us what happens.
tuxedo?
oh,
It's really nice.
What happens? Well, just a dinner? What?
Oh, I can't tell you how you get into it.
Is it the old trouser leg?
Yeah, it
Because
is.
I've got no trouser legs.
Is it really? So it is like I just said, or are you joking?
No, you have to do special things to get in.
Oh, do
I
you?
can't tell you what that
Okay,
is.
so you do special things to get in. So what I said about it being
I'm
Masonic.
joking.
I was nearly coming. I was nearly going to go then. I thought just special things. That's right up my street.
George had to come into a dark room. It's never been the same again.
traumatised.
Right?
Yeah.
As long as I ain't got to do it with George, that's the main joy.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was.
No, you get to do it with Dean.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is
Again.
Won't be the first time.
Yeah.
Go there, meet
It's just
other people from the trade.
yes, fleet proprietors, cab drivers, insurers. Yeah, it's a whole range of people that join it.
Yeah. But what do they do?
What do you mean?
Well, are you doing anything like one of the trade organisations to gain access, for example, to Bishopsgate?
All the time.
That,
Yeah, so we've got a committee within the court that work with the city, constantly having meetings. They're putting things across to them why we should have access to Bishopsgate and, well, anywhere really in the city.
Yeah.
You know, the road closures are ridiculous now. And they want us to sort of help manage the Liverpool Street cab rank to encourage taxi drivers back into the city. Well, how can you encourage them back in when you're shutting the roads so people can't use it? So it's a frustrating thing, but there are always people in the background working with the city to try and promote us in the right way. And within the city, the worshipful company of Hackney Carriage Drivers are really well liked. One, because of what we do for the charity. And that's the main reason, really, why the worshipful company exists, is for the charity.
Yeah.
To go to Disney.
Yeah, their charity work is great.
Yeah, and we don't get paid for it. You know, you look on Twitter, oh yeah, they're all getting money for it. I mean, I don't think you were paid.
For what? For joining?
Yeah.
No,
No.
So really, are people just...
Oh yeah.
Why are they
there's
so
much,
jealous
like,
and insecure about their other
these-
people getting something,
yeah,
even if they did?
theories, you know, all the boys give up 4 days to do the Disney trip. No one gets paid.
Yeah.
Elvec give us €20 spending money each, don't they?
Brilliant trip,
But it's
though.
amazing, everything that goes into
It's such
it.
a good trip.
And it's always people that have never been part of it have got so much to say about it and are totally clueless about what we do,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's never been part of it.
Never been part of it. And now, I mean, I'd never seen so many grown-ass men looking forward to going to Disney. Seriously.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
isn't it?
Taking
You
8-year-old
going
girls.
this year? Are you
No, I
going?
can't this year. No, because
Oh, listen to this. Not only is he a football, he's just
I've
got
got promoted
promoted
in
as
work.
well.
I got promoted in work, and I've changed shift pattern. So originally I was offered a Disney trip, and now I've changed my shift pattern. I'm working. It's too late in the day for me to secure any leave for it. So can't grace it this year, but next year I'll be back.
Chief Fireman.
So you're okay turning up for the dinner and the drink?
Yeah, oh yeah, like,
It's just when the real work starts.
yeah.
he's like, I'm a bit
I'll tell you
busy.
what,
Listen, I took 2 8-year-old girls
yeah.
on Space Mountain and made them cry. What more do you want?
How?
Get you to the next dinner then, both of you.
Yeah.
You two come in
When I went on
November.
Space
Yeah.
Mountain, I was the only one to cry.
Welcome. Tuxedos, Dave. Is it tuxedos?
It is
Yeah.
that time.
When is it?
November. Living room
November.
dinner. Yeah.
That's better than December last year was a wrong time for me, really. It's too busy, isn't it? It's just too busy. I think
Yeah.
last year was December.
Do you know
That's
what? Did you think last Christmas was really busy?
Yeah, I was
I
bang.
thought last summer was much busier.
That summer was busy 'cause it was a special summer because after the COVID, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That's why it was so busy. Lots of people would come. We were all saying I should have been here 2020 and whatever. So there was like a super
Yeah.
busy summer, and probably a super busy Christmas because of it. But yeah, it was all
Christmas
busy.
was-
I thought Christmas was.
Train strikes.
I don't know if whether
Yeah.
like, people had talked it up that it was a bit underwhelming. I thought the summer was really good. I thought Christmas was still good. I'm not moaning and saying it's bad because it weren't. But I just maybe expected too much.
Well,
Because, I don't know.
because they had to
You're 2 or
cancel
3
the,
days a week.
Christmas parties, didn't they? Because of the train strikes.
Yeah.
So all the restaurants had to send their meat back to
Because you're
Smithfield.
doing the evening stuff. Yeah, I know that, yeah.
But in January, you
Get
take
the pukers.
January kipper season. I didn't think it was a kipper season.
No, there's work, but it is quiet.
Yeah,
January.
it's
You
quiet.
don't have as many
You've got
tourists
to
here.
put the
or whatever,
hours
so
in
you
if
have-
you want the money.
Yeah, I mean, like earnings were taking a bit of a dip, but not like. The
No,
dreaded-
it's never like
not the
it
dreaded
was
Stories
still,
that,
yeah.
like you hear.
It has had some really bad Januaries over the years going back, but I have had a lot of people say that they've kind of don't understand it because it's kind of drifted away.
Yeah.
It's not as busy. The school holidays not as busy.
No.
All those sort of times,
Yeah.
but you learn that, don't you?
This year from January, we was blessed when we got out, weren't we? Because of the backlog of COVID.
Yeah.
It was probably really busy, whereas this year's felt like a proper year, innit?
Yeah.
Like the 6 weeks just gone, it was quieter.
Yeah, you see the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gone
it was
back.
quiet.
Roads quiet, streets are quiet.
You know, next year when to take off, so I'm going to go away Easter. It's quiet Easter.
Easter,
Bank
Easter,
holidays
yeah,
are
Easter's
quiet.
was always
So
well.
now
Yes.
I know that actually I'm not going to stress out about going about to work. It's
Yeah.
hard to take time off though when you first start.
Mm-hmm.
I was working probably 6.5 days a week
I think when you
because
first
I
start,
love it. You know, when you haven't earned money for a year and a half,
Yeah.
suddenly you see it every day, and you're laying there going, "Oh gosh."
So you had
I'm
that
gonna get up.
sensation, yeah. I'm not at work, so therefore I'm losing money.
Yeah.
That kind of.
Oh, but then I saw Jack that did the knowledge. He went, "Oh, I was so lazy my first year." He went, "Unless I got a job in," he went, "Some days I didn't even bother coming in." I went, "I went the other way." I couldn't. We loved it though.
it's a weird feeling when you first get out because it's like don't
scary,
don't
though.
feel real. Like I can just go out, switch this light on, and
money
drive-
comes through the
drive
window.
around and people are going to pay me. Like, do you know what I mean? You're not going to work and
Yeah.
having to do a set amount of hours, and you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do.
Yeah.
They're just
Do you know what I'm saying? It's a weird sensation when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
first
yeah.
get out. It's like get up when I want, and
go out if
get
I
in
want.
this cab and just press that button, and someone's going to put money through the window. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird sensation. Oh, that's how I found it. Anyway.
Did you stop at any bus stops when someone put their hand up?
Do I stop at any?
Did you when you first got out?
see it now,
When
like-
someone when you they go like that, there's a bus behind you.
Even yeah, at first I did. I'm not gonna lie. But now if I'm going past the bus stop and people stick their hands up, I instantly look behind me.
You
and
look
go,
in the mirror. There you go.
yeah, all the time, all the
It's
time.
easily done though.
But then
Yeah.
I've had. You do get a couple where I've had a couple where people have stuck around at bus stops, and I've not been paying attention, not looked behind, and drove past, and they're like,
Yeah, but you have to point to them, don't you? Say,
Yeah.
like, "Do you want me?" You
Yeah.
know, you're standing at a bus stop.
Or because the light doesn't work, you see people going like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to stop?
What's this new shade though they got for the light? There's a new.
I can't have it on my one. It's because I've got a white cab.
I won't paint it white.
Ask Paul.
Oh, how
I-
hard is it to
How hard,
get
yeah.
spray paint?
I haven't had it on.
I've got it on. Yeah, it's better. It is
Yeah.
better. If you're going to go out over 50 mile an hour, you're going to get that.
Oh, is it? It's flapping.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can't go through.
You can't have a conversation with anyone in the back.
Oh wow! Oh, so one.
So you get up to 70 and it's like, you're like, hand signals to the people in the back. Brace.
And you can't go through mechanical washes, can you?
No.
He'll rip it off.
Yeah.
So the car wash near me is mechanical one, so I thought, no, I swerve it.
No, it's better. Yeah, it's better to be seen, but it's an inconvenience in other ways. Like that, the noise is noticeable, and that's one of the things going out as we go soon to Paris. I won't be able to hear a word they're saying. I know you can upgrade the speaker. I think can't you? The speaker,
can you?
Yeah, the intercom and that. I think you can upgrade.
Well,
that.
sometimes when you got the windows open and stuff, it's hard to make out what they're saying in the back.
Put the aircon on. Shut the
So
windows.
I just sit there going, yeah.
It costs money.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. You have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, I just sit there going, yeah.
Well, I just took poor old Bertie, and he's 80 odd, the old cab driver. I took down to Gatwick this morning, and as we got up to 70 and that, I couldn't hear a word he was saying, and I was just going, yeah, I'm sure it'd be great. I'd be loving it.
So, could they make it thicker, Dave?
It's got to be moving, isn't it? It's got to be
It's
like
got to be more solid. It should be.
It's got to be moving. It's an add-on, isn't it? It's an add-on. They put it on for free, but if you don't like it and you want it off, it's £300. Take it off.
Wow.
Keeping it on then.
Well, I think if you wanted it off, you get it off yourself, wouldn't you? £300. But no, I don't want it off. I mean,
They're great cabs though. I love mine.
Well, what's George driving?
TXE.
TXE from Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
He's
done
doing
all
all right.
right. Yeah,
Paul,
I thought
isn't
he's
he?
doing all right. Yeah.
Doing all right. Yeah, nice. They're lovely. They're lovely cabs to drive.
Yeah.
On
Loads
a
of weddings,
personal
yeah.
level, not sure I'd ever want to own one. I know you own yours, didn't you?
I do.
I just envisage a lot of problems with them sometimes. I mean, touch wood, I'm lucky I haven't had no issues with mine.
You're gonna have problems anyway.
Touch wood, you've had no problems with a rental. What are you worrying about?
No, but I'm just saying, like, in
Same.
general, I just envisage there's a lot to sometimes
Well,
go.
do you think the rental companies don't make any money then?
Yeah, that's the
Also
thing.
make
Well,
money.
you're
Yeah.
nuts or what?
Yeah,
of course they're making
I
money.
know they're
So
making money.
if they're making money, why wouldn't you
course.
make money buying it yourself? It's
Dave, what
madness.
you've just said there is one of the fundamental arguments to prove the case. If the rental companies are making money off of you from renting it from them, you would save that money by buying
Yeah,
it.
you
I enjoy
put some money away each week.
Not worrying about insurance, tyres.
I weigh about insurance
Yeah,
once a year.
MOT.
I pay it once a year,
Yeah,
and I
I
pay
know.
it up.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's
you're
it.
loaded,
So
Dave,
once
not
a
all the
year.
stuff.
Yeah,
Go to work. You've just been talking about the money. Go to work and get the money.
No, but I just I like it simple for me. I pay
It
my-
works
Yeah.
for me. It works
I
for me.
pay my
renting.
rent every
Yeah,
week.
it does. It does. Renting
Yeah.
does work. I'll
The
rent
box
it.
went down, the air conditioning, it went in for a service at LEVC, got it out, the aircon wouldn't work, the radio wouldn't work, so then I had to go into E1s, and they went, you're going to have to get a whole new box now, don't know what's gone on. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't anyway because you have a 5-year warranty if you bought one. What do you worry about 5 years? And by the time you've bought it in 5
There's
years,
only one.
if you took the
Yeah.
difference out, say like 5 years, say the five,
You'll never
mine's paid
convince
for
me.
anyway. I paid for it outright.
You're not
But
going to
if,
convince
let's just
me.
say let's say the insurance comes to like 1,800 quid. Say £2,000, 40 quid a week.
After your first year,
What's that?
insurance, because
My
the first
first-
year would be about 2.5, wouldn't it?
My first year of insurance was $2,000. I did take out the gap insurance of a year. The
You
gap.
got £2,000 on your first year.
Yeah, listen, you old years of no claiming anything of anyone.
Yeah.
But I think that goes the other way, you know. I read an article. I meant to say I read an article. We had a chat with someone who told us about an examiner. Another examiner told us about an examiner who, at a certain age, I won't mention McDowell's name, but he's struggling to get insurance because of age. And I see
yeah,
that in the
70 now it is.
in the press that they're saying anyone like 70 and 80, they're treating them like a 17-year-old,
Wow.
and they're putting their insurance through the roof. And it made me think of that when we had that chat.
Yeah.
You know, they're struggling once you get older to get insurance. So
It's
that-
only-
that's going to affect people who like, you know, because
Yeah.
one of the good things about the job is as long as you're fit enough, you can carry on working, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
My neighbour, he, after the back of COVID, obviously he was a renter, and then he said to me, you know, I was doing a noise, he said, you know anyone that can get hold of a cab for me? So obviously I went to Paul and said, look, do us a turn. Like I think he was about 79, 80, and bless his cottons, like Paul just said, he's a nightmare. I think he biffed it about 3 times.
But now you know why. Insurance zero.
I'm not surprised that's how
Yeah.
they view him, because
Yeah. Wasn't only cab that they're doing that with. It's all people, all drivers, all car drivers.
Yeah.
They're putting their insurance right up.
I just
So-
went to rent a cab for a car for my dad, and they wouldn't do him anything over 65. You can't rent a car.
Wow.
And that's madness, isn't it now?
The thing is,
That's
everyone,
madness.
like, I mean, 65-year-olds are young 65-year-olds,
Yeah.
aren't they nowadays?
Well, I'm not far. Not that, well, a little bit to go. Not long.
Okay, the insurance is going up, son. You ain't got far to go.
Yeah, but I ain't got to pay for my cab, so I can afford the insurance.
Yeah.
But I know I pay it's about $18.40 I pay.
That's good. Are you still with Crotex?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I think off the top of my head it's about 18. But I think this is the last year. I've got one that's 3 years old this year, so it's this is the last. I won't be able to get a gap insurance no more.
Okay.
So that was an add-on.
Yeah.
And like bits and pieces added
Worth
on,
it.
but
Yeah, but that obviously works for it, doesn't it? Because like for someone like me, it doesn't necessarily do it full time.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for me to.
You're not a proper cabbie, George, are you, really?
No,
But do you use the cab full time all the time? Do you have the cab all the
yeah, I
time?
just have the cab.
And do you ever use it personally?
Well, yeah,
No.
running to work and
Yes. So you are getting other. Like, I mean, if those days that you go to the fire brigade, say for instance, you're getting paid those days, aren't you, by the fire brigade?
yeah.
So that vehicle is taking you there again, isn't it? So it's not like you're forgetting that's.
That's your vehicle
yeah.
for using, yeah. So there's a
Yeah.
cost saving in that one.
Yeah. So have you got any other vehicle? Do you have another car that you use to go to work?
No.
Well,
Didn't you read an article, though?
That insurance is
Said-
not so dear all the
No,
time.
no.
George read an article. If you rented over, what was it, 3 years? Was it you that read the article? You saved $7,000.
No, I
Sure,
don't
you
think-
told me it.
don't think
Was
it
you,
me.
George?
I don't think. Well, if it was, I can't remember what I read.
Yeah, I don't know. Each their, you know.
I think it's
you do
horses for
what-
courses.
Yeah,
Personally, it's a big debate
Yeah.
in the trade, isn't it, between
You'll never
renting and
hold-
owning. But I think it's literally horses for courses. It suits me to rent because I like the idea that if with everything I've got going on, if circumstances change, I can just say to Paul, "Thank you very much. There's your cab," and off and go
Yeah.
and do what.
If
I
you
need
didn't
to
have the
do.
cab, what car would you be driving?
Range Rover. That's so Essex.
Would you be a Range
Yeah,
Rover?
probably get a
Okay,
Range Rover.
so Range Rover, I don't know. There's a top model is about 150 grand Range Rover.
Yeah, the top ones are.
So what's
Two,
the bottom
yeah,
model?
Two of them.
I know it depends. I think
Is the bottom model 70 grand?
Was that?
it's going to be roundabout.
So
yeah.
you'd buy a 70 grand Range Rover to drive backwards and forwards as a fireman, but you won't buy a 70 grand cab to go work in.
That's true. The only thing is with the cab is all I'm saying is for me personally, with obviously doing all the different stuff I do, I don't want to be tied into a cab for.
But you don't mind being tied into a 150 grand Range Rover.
No,
That,
but what I'm saying is,
though,
if
if
I
you-
was tied into a
yeah.
cab for 5 years and all of a sudden the football took off or something with the fire brigade and I was no longer going to be a cab driver.
you know what
I
you
don't
do?
wanna- I don't wanna
There's
drive
called a thing called a second-hand market where you sell things to people and they
Yeah,
buy them
it's
off you.
just-
Do you know what?
It's
I
just-
think if you knew you would have the freehold for 10 years on one of them cabs, I'd absolutely buy one tomorrow. But you're never going to have the freehold of one of them cabs.
What do you mean freehold?
Well, you own it outright after, like the old TX.
Oh, after
Yeah.
5 years though, you own it.
Yeah,
right?
but after 5 years you own it. You knew you had another 10 years with that cab. You looked after it.
Oh yeah.
You know, there was a point to having it then. But you're going to chop these in every 5 years
got it,
anyway.
yeah.
Why are you?
Because when they come outside that warranty, they're going to be dangerous.
What do you think? What do you think? Everyone's going to park these cabs up after 5 years? You're nuts or what?
Mm-hmm.
Just put away the same money that you pay rent. So you just say, for instance, it's $350. I don't know what it is. I don't rent it, but just say it's $350. Leave 50 aside for your insurance and all that, and you got £300. You got £300
But then to put the same money aside,
£300 a week.
as you would be if you was renting,
15,000 a year.
Why have all the stress on your own head?
I've
Might
got
as
no
well just
stress.
rent
I ain't
and
got
let-
no
Yeah.
stress.
Do you know what I mean?
What stress have I got?
George, you are a referee, you are a fireman, but you're not a mathematician.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you're putting the same money aside
£300 a week.
for your own cab
Yep.
as you would if you was renting,
It sits in your
to
bank.
me, I'll just look at it and say, well,
You're sort of stick it in someone else's account.
I don't
But
mind that though.
I'll go without the stress.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, you're sort of
We
stick it
can't
in someone
convince
else's.
them,
I know,
Yeah,
stick it. I'm talking about it in my own bank.
Yeah, but it's in your
And
bank.
after 3 years, you got 45 grand. What's going to go wrong with that cab that's going to cost 45 grand? I don't know. What's so dear? Even the batteries are less than 20, aren't they? If you put a new set of batteries on it. I
About
mean,
80
you could
grand.
put 2 lots on and have 5 grand to go on holiday.
That's a weekend away for you,
Yeah,
Dave.
no, I get it, but I think
one night for George.
for me, I've just rented since I got out.
No, so I understand it, and
Says
they
I
say
know
it does
it,
work.
and it
But to
works
think
for me.
that, to think that you're going to be worse off in either respect is not.
Oh no, I don't
it's
think
not.
you're going to be
You
worse
know,
off.
you're not going to be worse off at all.
No, I don't
It's
think
only
it's
worse
not
off you'll be if you own a cab and you don't go to work and you do just enough for a salary. Like say you go, when I get 500, I've had enough. Well, 500 ain't enough then to put away 300 a week either, is it?
Yeah, no,
or 200 or whatever. So you have still got to go to work.
I don't think.
Put it aside, but if you did that, let's say you did 5 years, you've paid for it, and then for 10 years you put away £300 a week for 10 years at 15 grand. That's 150,000. So surely they're not. Have they gone up to 150,000? Do you think in another 15 years? Probably, could well be, couldn't they? Anyway, who knows? But you'd have enough there to go and buy one outright cash pound notes.
Then scrap value after that.
Wouldn't you? You go and buy another one because you put there 300. If you haven't had no big claims out of it, you might have had a little few claims. It might. Was it eBay might have gone? What, like $5 grand, $7 grand?
Yeah, but the problem is, I think like
you get 3 of them a year.
That's the point I'm making. Just for me personally, I'm not saying I would be worse off if I own. I'm just saying in 10 years, I don't know if I'll still be driving the cab.
Well,
on what's going on.
You do work. This is the thing. When we do pass out, we work the first 10 years. We work the hardest you'll ever work as a cab driver. After that, you're flagging and you become more part time. But you're part time as it is.
Yeah.
I think when you pass out in the early years, this is your job. You spent all that time doing the knowledge to get this job. That probably buying is the best idea to do it for the first 10 years. And then after that, you can choose your path. And maybe you've got it is 10 year, what is it, 15 year lifespan on this cab or what?
15, at the moment.
So, 15 years. You've got 5 years of using the cab lightly as you sort of wind down, because we don't drive cabs every day for 20 years. You do wind down. Every single one of the guys I passed out with has wound down.
What about a new one coming out in 2 years, which is all electric and has a 435 mile range?
Well, that sounds excellent then.
Do you see that TfL caught?
Yeah, about the geezer that tried to. What was the vehicle?
He wanted to put like a people carrier, license that as a Hackney carriage driver in London, because he felt it was unfair that he couldn't afford to rent or buy the current vehicle on offer. He lost it because obviously it's not wheelchair accessible.
And he couldn't put the turning circle on it and all that.
That's it. Yeah, so the usual thing. Take TfL to court over it.
They've got to try and get another vehicle though.
I think the Mercedes, they should do the electric Vito.
But we covered this. Whatever other vehicle you put out there,
still going to cost a shitload.
And no one buys it because they want the one that looks like the TXE. So you want someone to compete against it, but you're not going to buy it. So we want the competition, but we're not going to indulge in it.
I'm quite happy with the TXE.
I love it.
Well, see, I would buy one of them. I would, but I'd keep the one I got.
We have 2 cabs.
Yeah, well, James has been out a couple of years, so we could use them. You'd spin them between us. But
Maybe
so
2 cabs.
Well, I'd only be in one, but I would.
Well, we've gone to the TXV. I want to ask a quick question. What's the longest shift you've done?
About 14 hours.
14.
And that was Tube Strike Day. It was like Christmas Day. I loved it.
Just
one
money
in,
coming.
one in, one out. And it only started because my neighbour needed to get to the hospital. So it was early doors, 5:30. So I thought, I'll just drop him over there. I'll come back and go out a bit later. I couldn't even, once I dropped him off, next one got in. I was at a petrol station, so I went, can I get in? I went to a coffee shop for my first toilet break in like 6 hours. As I was coming out, someone went, can you get me down to the hospital? It was brilliant. Yeah. Power to the people. Tube strikes, not train strikes.
Yeah, when it's busy like that, you don't kind of notice the fact that you've just done a 14-hour day's work. You feel it afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
But not so much in the TXEs. Now, in the old days on a fairway, you'd get out after 14 and 16 hours and you'd be like a vibrator. Like that, rattling.
Yeah. They are comfortable vehicles to spend a lot of time in.
It's nowhere near as exhausting. You don't get the driving fatigue from it.
No,
It's a great cab.
Yeah, I really like them.
What's your longest shift, George?
I think about 15 and a half when I went to...
Oh, he's got 2 shits me, hasn't he?
No, it's only
Actually, mine was 16.
I went out at 11 a.m. and at 1 a.m. I got that job to Southampton, didn't I?
Oh, of course, yeah.
And got in at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow. So you had a rotor at the end.
Yeah.
So,
How was that? I mean, you get a bit of fatigue on these
the way
things.
back was hard.
Yeah.
Like driving, it was from Claridge's to Southampton. Driving there was right because the fella in the back was chatting with me, and then coming back it was hard work.
What was the fare? How much?
I think it went about 335.
Nice finish to the.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Well, that must have been quite a windfall on that day for finishing off with 335.
Yeah, I think I can't remember what I'd done. I think it was about 700-800 quid.
Jesus.
And then that was on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday I thought, oh, lovely, I'll have a day off. I actually had football on the Sunday. When I got in on the Sunday evening, they had that We Are festival at the end of my road.
Yeah.
So I said to my dad, might just go in there, like just chuck it in there and just see what it's about. And if it's no good, I'll just come home. Only 5 minutes up the road. And I went in there. It was buzzing. I think I'd done 3-4 hours. Took like another 500 quid. Unbelievable.
No, 3-4 hours. Come on.
No, I'm being serious. I had the 3 geezers offer me 200 quid.
Oh, okay. It was on not on the meter jobs.
No, these were people that were just coming out of the festival and was like,
Just want to
Get us
I
here.
want to go here. Like, geezer wanted to go. Hammersmith give me 200 quid for it. geezer wanted to go down to Stamford Oak, give me 50 quid. I'm not joking.
No, I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the comments section on the YouTube as this one goes up right now. As the cabbies who are on the Twitter are going to come out.
Yeah.
No, I'm being deadly serious. It was like
That's great when they offer you cash.
Yeah.
it was unbelievable money. Like, yeah, unbelievable. So that weekend was best weekend I've had.
I tend to remember them.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're going to forget that one. And then after that, you got a girlfriend who sort of like realised you've got money now.
Did you tell her? Did you tell this girl Ellie when you first met her about this weekend? No. Did you? Is that why she said I'll have him?
Yeah.
No,
He's had about 1,500 quid this weekend.
Didn't tell her nothing.
And also about the earnings there as well, because no one will talk about the earnings really, do they?
Well, then let's go on let's go the other spectrum though. What is the least you've ever taken where you came home thinking, oh God, that was hard?
360 quid. I enjoyed it.
But how many hours?
I think about 12 hours.
Yeah.
And I come home after 12 hours, 360 quid, and thought, that's been a bit of a bad day.
Wow, we'll
Like
go
120.
120, Lee.
Yeah.
But what sort of shift was that then? He done 12 hours for 360 on a bad day.
It was. I probably popped in and out just because it went so quiet. But you know, by the end of it, you think just go home because you only get pissed off in the end.
Yeah.
So go home. Watch shit TV.
Yeah.
While everyone else is out. That's another great
honest.
thing.
Yep.
You can go home while everyone else is out. You get to watch TV, have time to yourself, love it.
That's why I like Fridays at home. No one's in my house.
Yeah.
Well, there is me, mainly.
Yeah, you get time to
On
yourself.
Friday lunchtime, I'm itchy feet to get home because there's no one in the house.
And God bless America. They love tipping.
They work it out though, don't they, to the
No,
percentage?
some of them.
No, it does it for you now in the
will-
back.
Oh,
So you got that one in the
Give
back
me-
that
yeah,
does
give
it
me
5%, 10%,
Yeah.
20%.
It will come to 10
you can
quid
just
at Ride.
change it on your phone.
And they'll give me 25 quid because they've enjoyed the chat.
oh.
Where would you recommend to eat?
Ah.
Where do you want to go to drink? Now
So
that-
you're like, again,
That's my mastermind challenge.
you're like Dave, experts at this job.
Menus of London. Where do
Yeah.
you want to eat? I love it. So,
Well, what about the?
and I take the oldies thing as well. When you get the Saudis in, they always want to pay me £50.
Yeah,
notes
always. They only have 50s.
for an £8 fare.
Yep.
Where does their change go?
Don't know.
Where does it go?
Yeah,
Because they want the like.
they must take it out and
They
put it on the
just,
sideboard.
I think they
40
think cabbies have got lots of change.
Yeah,
That's
£42 bag.
it must
Well,
do.
I had a
Must
fare
be.
once with a £50 note from one of the Saudis, and it basically was a £3 fare. I didn't have change at a £50 note, so I said, "Stay there. We're going to have to drive around and get change." So we drove around and get change. Now it's £9. So I gave him the change for £41 for his £50 fare. That was £6. Was looking for change for the £50 note.
Wow.
So they £50 notes.
Yeah, they do. They do have a lot of them, don't they?
Yeah.
But no, the earnings are good. I'm not even going to lie about it. It's,
But George, with your fire brigade money, your refereeing are paid or not?
yeah.
He's got Rovac registered.
Wow. Yeah, George, you are mint. No wonder you can wear the
I'm not minted,
matching
believe me.
matching t-shirt and shorts.
I'm not minted at all. It's,
Yeah, old kettle.
We do need to add that you do still live home with your mum and dad.
of course. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not lying. I'm not
And he
going
won't
nowhere.
buy a cab.
No, I won't buy a cab. Won't buy a cab. Yeah.
No, it's good. Honestly, the earnings in the cab are good, despite what people say.
You've just.
Well, who says it? Who says the earners are not good?
Oh, so my John will be at every garage. Oh, shit out there. He's dead.
Yeah, but John, is he taking it from people that's giving him feedback? Yeah.
So he'll go into garage, he works
Yeah.
at trade, so we'll be listening to all the drivers and he'll ring me up. He'll go, "How much did you do yesterday?" And I'll tell him, and so I'll go, "You're full of it. I know what you can earn out there, so don't keep saying."
But I
there's
think
nothing out there."
sometimes isn't it, what someone has a good day doesn't mean say everyone's had a good day.
No.
But
Or someone's had a bad day doesn't mean
Dave,
everyone's had a bad day.
We used to do it though within a pound. You four of you would go out, and one of you would have the better day, but you'd be like 420, 380. You were all within a very close spectrum of each other. There'd only be 1 to 2 fares that could separate the amount you took that day. So I don't think you ain't going to go out and get 100 quid, and I'm going to get 400 quid. One of us,
No, it ain't gonna be that different.
unless I did a road for 400 quid.
Unless you're
one
in,
fare.
unless you're in the
8
pub.
Heathrows on the belt.
Or I go home early.
But yeah, I only really go out and do 12-hour days. And I don't stop. I just knock it for 12 hours. And yeah, I think 360 was my worst day. And I was like, oh, that's been a bit. So, despite what people say, if you want it, it's there.
Yeah.
But no offence, like, if you're going to go and sit at Euston when there's no queue and sit there for an hour and a half and then do a 10-minute fare and then go back and sit there for an hour and a half and then do
There are
£10
things.
fare, then yeah, you are going to earn 150 quid.
But you learn as well, don't you?
So
I mean, I used to rank up at the beginning at City Airport hour and a half.
Yeah.
You'll get Leamouth Circus for 14 quid. And I've sat there and I thought, do you know what? Not doing it anymore. I'm just going to go out and earn.
Hunt it down.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing I've noticed, especially with Dave, and I do, Dave, respect you completely for driving the cab. He's an expert, and I think you are too, at how to make the most of the job. Where to go, when to go there, how to get fares for the future, how to...
Oh, I'm doing loads of repeat jobs now.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I get... I say clients, it sounds a bit cool. Yeah, but I do. Returning customers.
Yep.
That are very happy with the service.
You need to do that now, yeah.
And then...
Like, what's your worst earnings you've had in a day?
I've been out and not, if I count it as a day, I've actually been out to meet someone, done a little bit of work and met someone for a lunch. I'm a friend of mine, Dave, lives over Pimlico. So I go to meet him and I end up doing a few jobs. And then I think, do you know what? I'll buy the lunch. What I'll do is I'll earn 100 quid and then I'll treat him to lunch. So that's what, so I could say that, couldn't I? But I've actually gone with the intention of getting lunch money and buying lunch.
You've gone out and done a few
my
jobs.
My best,
100 quid, that ain't bad, is it?
Last 12 months, to compare it with you, my best day was 835 quid.
Amazing.
That's unheard of for me, those sort of money.
So that was,
And what about your worst day?
Worst day would have been something similar, like about 3 hours, I suppose, something like that.
And how many hours roughly?
About 6.
So that you've earned... I'm going on in a minute.
No, I ain't gonna tell a funny joke.
So you work it out, you know, that's 2 cab drivers.
Well,
saying consistently that if you're doing 8, 10, 12 hours, you know, even on sort of what you perceive to be a baddest day, you're still going to be looking at 3.
They're going to say that if you got £800 in those hours, Dave, they're going to break it down hour per hour and say,
I did a super long day for that.
Yeah.
It just happened at an airport in the morning and I had someone coming back late in the evening and I just ended up staying out and then it just went that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I would normally do. I used to do it.
The one-offs.
When I was a chauffeur, you know, I used to work out 14 days. I used to work 13 on and 1 off. And I would do 18-hour days 20 or 25 years ago. It was incredible hours then compared to this is the difference, the freedom to go and come and go, which you never had then. And that was a big day, like about 18 hours or something.
Yeah.
But it was because I had an early one too, an early one coming back, and then I just stayed out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't intentional, guy. It just went like that, and it was in December as well. And that's why when you were saying it weren't busy, I was thinking, oh, geez, some of the best days I had was in December.
Yeah. But you chat with the clients as well, don't you, in the back?
Yeah.
If you know they're foreign, they get into Heathrow. I'm getting so much Heathrow jobs now. Give them my number, and 9 times out of 10 they'll ring me. And I love starting my day with Heathrow.
Perfect.
Because it's a big chunk of money. You don't think you have to sit out for hours and hours. So I love it.
I think personally, the money's there if you want to work for it.
Yeah.
And that's...
Well, you have to. If we don't go to work, we get nothing. We get 0. 0 for sitting down and 0 for
there's enough cab drivers that are happy to just sit on the rank, read a paper.
But some days it's long and
go down the cafe. Like,
you are miserable some days.
Yeah, of course you are.
It's long. It's dark when you go out. It's dark when you come home.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. It's
So 1 year on, you no regrets.
None. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, so glad I've done it.
Yeah, perfect
100%.
job.
Would recommend it to anyone.
100%.
100%.
And you get nice people. 99% of
this is
life. Yeah, most people are.
really, really love chatting.
But it was one of my things I used to say to people back in the day was, we ain't driving a cab in Mexico City, which is probably the most... can you imagine driving in Rio de Janeiro, driving a cab in these places where you've got to think about the fact that you're going to get robbed and killed and whatever? It's as safe as anything in London. Yeah. There's nothing going on, no matter what time of night. Then you'll get events, but none of them are major dangerous.
I mean, I was in California in May. I was surprised how many female drivers there were out there with no just driving.
Uber drivers, not yellow cab drivers.
Or whatever it is that they've got out there. But I was so surprised how many female drivers and how much crime there is in California now. Wouldn't dream of doing it over there. Yeah. Not at all. That partition.
Yep.
And that's the first question I get asked all the time. Are you safe? Do you work nights? Yes, I do.
I think nights are the best.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
100%.
I love it.
What do you do, Dave? A lot of earlies?
Yeah, mostly. Mostly I'll be out the door 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And what time do you knock off?
About 5.
5 in the morning.
No, it depends. It depends what I'm doing and everything. The time of life where my mortgage is, I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a cab to pay for. So if I have one airport in the morning, sometimes I just go and do that and go home because I can.
Yeah.
I don't need to be out there 12 hours
Still
every
got
day or
another
anything. So,
300,000 to pay off mine. So.
so I don't have like. So it's
I'll
a
be
different.
working
It's
for
a different
77.
thing for some people, isn't
Yeah,
it?
of course
So,
it is,
but then again, I'm old, so you swap being old with being young. I'd rather be young and have like a mortgage. To be honest.
You're not that old, Dave. You're young.
But so some days I don't. I intentionally go out to do things like if we're going to go for dinner, me and the wife, I will go. Do you know what? I wasn't going to go out today. I'm going to go out and get 200 or 300 quid, say 250, whatever, and whatever I get, I'll stay out till I get that, and then I'll pay for dinner. What's the point sitting here and then taking it out of my own bank? Some days I do that because you can, can't you? If you want some
beauty of
money,
it.
go and get it. Go and sit out there. And sometimes I go, if I'm going to meet like today, I've got to meet a couple of friends in the pub, and I would not, if it wasn't for this, I would have gone, do you know what, I'll go and nick something this morning, and I'll be back by lunchtime and go and meet a couple of friends. But that will pay. Again, you don't touch your own money, so to speak.
Yeah.
You are, but
you're showing a highlight, and another major feature of what's the benefits is I used to go and visit my friend in Fulham and Barnes, and I do exactly the same thing. I'm going to go through town. I may as well put my light on and do 3 or 4 fares. I get to Barnes, my meal's free at least, and maybe their meal's free as well. And my other friend would do the same when he comes this way. We go to Canary Wharf. He's worked his way over.
Well, that's the
It's
beauty-
nothing
that's
money.
the
That is.
beauty
It's
of it.
literally. I'm going
Yes, exactly,
Just
yeah.
done nothing.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of it. If you do like a 9 till 5 and you take home £2,000 at the end of the month, if you've got an holiday coming up or a birthday or you've got a schedule for that probably 3-4 months prior, haven't you? Whereas in the cab, you book an holiday, you need a bit more money. All right, I'll do a few more days.
Yeah.
I'll do a few more hours.
But you've also hit the other thing, the holiday thing. I hate appointments. I hate having to know that I've got to be this, that, and the other. So my holidays are literally, we're going to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't do anything. We just, shall we go to Antalya? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine thinking that we've got to book a holiday for September 2024 and make sure that...
You've got your payments every month.
But some people, that's their reality.
That is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the
Probably,
reality. That's
yeah,
one.
99%
That's a
of-
one real
yeah.
gem of this job.
Yeah, we've got one life,
Yeah.
and this job gives us a possibility of having a nicer time.
Oh, without a doubt. You've just put another holiday, haven't you?
Yeah, got number 2.
Second holiday.
Who are you going with?
Harry.
Oh, not Ellie.
Oh, I thought it was going to be early.
No, Harry. No, Harry. Going with Harry and one of our other mates. But yeah, look, this year
We've
Yeah.
spent
done
up. I've done brilliant holidays.
unbelievable trips.
Yeah.
Been away multiple times and
Off to Italy next month.
Nice.
Paris next month.
Oh.
Rugby World Cup final.
Oh, you got tickets for the Rugby World Cup
I
final?
haven't got tickets yet.
Well, England versus South Africa in the final. You've got tickets for that?
No, it'd be
You
Ireland.
predict that?
No, predict that. Jesus Christ, I don't think they'll beat Zambia.
Ireland, France final. Oh no, they'll probably knock each other out the semis. I will see. As long as Ireland get there. I don't
Saying that, Zambia's not in the World Cup, are they? Namibia might be.
No, they just got they got stuffed by New Zealand.
Yeah.
My home nation,
New Zealand or Namibia?
Namibia. Namibia.
You are born in Namibia?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Namibians got knocked out by New Zealand. Well, that wasn't a knockout stage, was it?
No, it's just pool staging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't going to win a game. Listen, thanks for coming.
Oh, it's
Thanks
been
for
a
having us.
pleasure.
It's been brilliant. It really is a good chat, and always come back and we'll have these. I think you're becoming the regulars. Lee and Dave are definitely regulars. George, it's your second one, isn't it?
second one.
I don't think you'll be coming back. I don't think we'll ever having you back.
So
I wouldn't
boring.
blame you.
Ellie won't let him.
No, well, she's letting him go on a holiday with the boys. That's not a good sign.
Oh, it is.
Well, no, it was already.
3.5 months. She ain't got a lot of say in it.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't got a lot of say to stop
It'll be his last one, though.
She's not.
Make the
year.
most, yeah,
She's
George.
not overly pleased about it, but
Enjoy it, George.
Which one?
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Bye,